The Lord is our shepherd, I shall not want. Him maketh I lie down in a green pastures. Him leadeth I beside still water. Them him restored I soul. Him leadeth I in the path of righteousness for him name's sake. Yea! The heathen them now, they saw them there like a chaff, which the wind driveth away. Therefore the heathen them never will stand upon judgment of the sin among them in the congregation of the righteous. For the Lord God Jah loveth the way of the righteous, and the way of the sin among them always and always I will perish. Let the people of the Most High God say, Jah! Kadama we groma beya tela exact beer tana istalina ba shante 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 shante. Where two and three meet in the name of the Most High Jah, there so Jaja there. If Jaja never build up your house, the builder I go build it in vain. Same way, if Jaja never watch upon your house, the watchman I go watch it in vain. The name of the Lord is a strong tower, and the righteous run into it, and them is safe. Many are the afflictions of the righteous, but Jah shall deliver him from all of them. And I give thanks and I says unto your name, King of Kings, a lot of loss. The conquering lion of the tribe of Judah. Amasa Yahuda, Amasa Negusto Negusto Daniel. Members say, he that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High Jah shall therein abide under the shadow of the Almighty. Our mouse of Bolisa. I don't know what talk. It was a sick player for. Our mouse of Bolisa. Akpe. This is the Blackboard, aka Kukushonamo, where we speak truth to power. And my name, Blakk RASTA. In every traditional African home there is a blackboard. Each time the black is food, need for ingredients of so many different colors, shapes, sizes, and even aromas, to put aside all their differences and relocate in the blackboard for the food to be made. Now, does not even benefit the ingredients, neither does it benefit the blackboard. It only benefits us, those who eat the food. Yet that collaboration between the blackboard and the ingredients would always happen. Now think about it. The blackboard represents the continent of Africa, and the ingredients in the blackboard represent us as a people. Selflessly, we must all come out, put aside all our differences of creed, faith, religion, and even shade of skin color, and come together to collaborate so we'll be able to produce development for our people, our continent, our land. We must be that tree planting generation. Yes, we will not live long enough, the shade of the tree, or even benefit from the fruits of the tree. But does it really matter? Our children and children's children, their children, will come and benefit that. We are so excited about planting pepper, planting maize, one season crops. We eat, we sleep, we die, we are buried, and we are forgotten all in one season. It's time now to be that Joshua generation, tree planting generation. On this program, we do what is known as patriotism, no politics. We don't criticize. If we must criticize, we will just criticize to build and not to destroy. That's why we call it the Blackboard. It represents the continent of Africa. Kukushonamo. And today we have a number of things to discuss with you. Remember, this is the show that deals with the mindset. If the African mindset is right, every other thing will be righted. Concentrate too much in building the roads and the hospitals without building upstairs. We need to build our mentalities. When the mentality is right, the mindset is right, every other will be right. We are live on Pan-African TV, Africa's only Pan-African TV. We are also live on Loud Silence TV. We are live on Ghana Web TV and live on Black Empire TV. Via the power of satellite, we are seen all over the continent of Africa and even the whole globe. That's why you must do business with us. Our numbers are scrolling on the screen. Pick up the numbers and do business with us. Call us anytime. Send us a WhatsApp message. What business are you into? How do you want to advertise it? Where do you want it to reach? We are here for you. Your wish is our commander. And of course, we are also on YouTube. Our name is Black Empire Media. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube page. We need all the to grab the whole of Africa with our message. Remember, we promise that our message would always be positive, as it's always been. Black Empire Media is our name, and we are 1 year young. Yes. Our YouTube page is Black Empire Media. Please make sure that you subscribe to that page and click on the notification button so that you will never miss any of our stories. This is how we begin today's show on the Blackboard, aka Kuku Show no more. Now, the very first story we are looking at today is rolling on your screens. It looks like it has something to do with Afrobeats. Afrobeats swallows up African music. Now, remember, it's spelled Afrobeats. Now, the original Afrobeat without the S at the end was initiated, invented, and manufactured by great Fela Anikulapo Kuti. In fact, he gave us Afrobeat. And Afrobeat combined jazz with African music and gave us that wonderful flavor. Fela himself had studied abroad. He studied music. And when he came back, he decided that he didn't want to do any other thing but music. And he succeeded with his brand of music known as Afrobeat. Now, Afrobeat, the original one by Fela, has its strong roots in Ghanaian high life, undisputed. In fact, Fela himself came to Ghana to study high life music. He used to move from band to band. Very, very smart gentleman. And he picked up the rudiments. When you read Fela, you would get to understand. And I recommend a book, Fela, The Beach of Life. It's one of the books. In it, he said, I was in Ghana, the land of Pan-Africanism. Fela did not only see Ghana as the land of high life music, he also saw it as the land of Pan-Africanism, especially with Kwame Nkrumah. In fact, who took a lot of inspiration also from Zik, that's Nnamdi Azikiwe, the great one, and many other such people. You can never leave out the great Marcus Garvey. When Fela was in Ghana, he picked up the high life. The smart, creative Fela that he was, boxed it in with American jazz, boxed it in with African music, and boof, he made it happen. The newer generation of Fela, they also came out and decided to add the S to the Afrobeat, and now we have Afrobeats. It has almost the same feeling. Most of Fela's music would go with 2 kick drums, kick, 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 just like that. But this one, most of the time, would go with just 1. But he has other flavors that are so reminiscent of the original Afrobeat. And it has taken over the world. Jamaicans are crying that Afrobeat is swallowing up reggae and dancehall. But every genre of music has its time. There was a time reggae was all over the place. Reggae, remember, is not only about the sound you hear. It's also about the spirituality. Yes, we had a few people who came into reggae and brought in a lot of slackness, what we call profanity. But reggae music still stands tall. Dancehall in Jamaica started off becoming very boisterous, braggadocio. But along the line, it got into violence. It got so much into scam music. And today in Jamaica, dancehall is almost nothing to write home about. It's all about scamming. It's all about molly and so on and so forth. Today, there's a gentleman who knows Ghana music quite much. He's also the deputy minister of the creative arts, culture, and all that. Mark Okrekumante. And Mark Okrekumante has made a very, very important observation. Let's check it out. Watch this. Afrobeats. Nigeria is reaping where it hasn't sown. Okrekumante. Hey, this headline is an uppercut. Come here. Let's read. It says, Deputy Minister of Tourism, Arts and Culture, Mark Okrekumante, has said Nigeria is reaping from the hard work of Ghana and other African nations because of the Afrobeats name given to all music coming out of sub-Saharan Africa. Wow, what an observation. Now, the famed music executive and politician said this on Accra-based Joy FM morning show, Tuesday, March 7, 2023. Mr. Okrekumante cited an instance in Dubai where a shop attendant mistook Ghanaian hip life star Bisake there for a Nigerian. The man was Moroccan and he thought the music was from Nigeria, he said. And I have experienced a lot of these things where Ghanaian hard work is going to Nigeria, he added, explaining that it is the case because Nigeria makes so much noise such that there is a perception that every music you hear from Africa is from Nigeria. Mr. Okrekumante opined that Ghana made a mistake accepting that we are also performing under the Afrobeats genre. Furthermore, he asserted that the very name Afrobeats in plural form readily reminds the world of Nigerian Fela Kuti's Afrobeat legacy. The word Afrobeat itself was coined by Fela Anikulapo Kuti years ago without an S. So the moment you hear Afrobeat, the owner of that word is Fela. Then over time, the West said Africa has too many rhythms. So why don't you call all of them African rhythms? He said. In Mr. Okrekumante's opinion, Nigerians were quick to adopt the Afrobeats name for their music to cunningly distinguish their music from Ghana's and position themselves competitively. Because we Ghanaians were known for high life and we are bullying them as the Nigerians with our high life, quickly they opted for the Afrobeats, he said. Unfortunately, my Ghanaian brothers and sisters went to join them, he stressed. They don't know that all their hard work is actually going to Nigeria because of the perception about Afrobeats and Nigeria. He buttressed his point with another anecdote. I heard Kamido's song in Tanzania, Arusha, and people around thought it was from Nigeria. He narrated. That is why Nigeria is getting the buzz they are getting. Everybody is thinking that almost all the music you hear from Africa now is from Nigeria. And we credit Class FM Online for that, even though published on Ghana Web. Oh, you are. Now let's break it down. Come here. Hear me now. Anytime you hear reggae music, people don't think about the artist. They think about the country of origin, Jamaica. And if you even add the reggae dressing to it like I'm dressed right now, there are many people who would see you and say you are Jamaican. I've tasted that time and again. The moment they hear the Kuchoko rhythm, choko, kuchoko boom, choko, kuchoko boom, choko, kuchoko boom, choko, kuchoko boom, Jamaica. I have encountered so many people on the streets of America who started talking to me about going to Jamaica, thinking that I'm from Jamaica. I have seen so many festivals that decided to put me on because they felt that I was Jamaican. Only for them to get to realize that no, this is an African. Yes, Jamaicans are Africans. In fact, majority of Jamaicans are Africans. And if majority carries the vote, then Jamaica is African. Of course, we understand that we have Chinese and Indians in Jamaica. But the majority of the people there are from Africans because of the transatlantic slave trade. We all know that history. Let's not bore ourselves with that. All of a sudden, Nigeria came up. When I was in Nigeria a few years back, they called their kind of music, their popular music, hip-hop. And I didn't see anything hip-hop about it. Hip-hop. They say hip-hop. The way the average Nigerian even pronounces hip-hop, in fact, is so indigenous. But they kept doing it. Idris Abdul Karim, P Squared, they boxed all of them into the hip-hop thing until the newer generation came up with Afrobeats. Now hip-hop is forgotten in Nigeria. The music that used to be called hip-hop by P Squared and the rest, today they are all boxed into Afrobeat with the S. That's how it is. When there is a certain wave that is so strong it carries the vote, every other thing succumbs to that force. I'll tell you some interesting story. Recently, I made a song that I wanted to be heard in Canada and America. And there was a label that was interested in signing that music. So I sent it to them. They labeled it under Afrobeat. There was nothing Afrobeat about it. The song is called Daru Daru. It's online. D-A-A-R-O. D-A-A-R-O. Daru Daru. That's what it is. But the fact that it's from Africa is Afrobeats. Right now, every genre of music from Africa is regarded in the West as Afrobeats. Same way, if you are doing hip-hop, everybody is thinking about America. Today, bongo flavor, Zulu music, all these are seen as Afrobeats. And Makokreku Mante says it's because Nigeria makes so much noise about it. Noise in the positive sense, he meant. Hear me now, let me say something interesting. You see, if you can't beat them, you join them, they say. Nigeria was blowing up the whole place with the Afrobeats. Everywhere in Africa, people were playing Nigerian music. They sacrificed and branded it right. Now they are enjoying the fruits of that labor. I know a Ghanaian brethren of mine who is half Nigerian. He's never shown that side of him. That, oh, I am half Nigerian. The moment Afrobeats came and was so strong, all of a sudden, he has changed his Ghanaian name to the Nigerian side. He says, after all, my people are now blowing, so I'm part of them. There's a strong wave. Afrobeats has its genre. Africa has too many rhythms for everything to be boxed under Afrobeat. It will be an insult. But the reality is that that is what it is. How can we break away positively and let other people understand that there are other rhythms in Africa and they all have very beautiful names, like High Life, like Bongo Flavor. In Zimbabwe, they have their kind of dancehall which they call the Zim dancehall. There is Zulu music, and there is more. How can we break away from the tag of Afrobeats? Right now, if you are in the West and they ask you what kind of music you are doing from Africa, and you don't mention Afrobeats, forget it. Nobody knows what you're doing. But before Afrobeats, there were so many big African acts who were making it big. Even Chaka Chaka was there. From Benin, we had Angelique Kidjo. Listen, people get so entitled to what they have created. For instance, Jamaica. Anybody who does reggae music and is not Jamaican A lot of Jamaicans never see you as authentic. It's the same way in Ghana. You can play high life as if you were God or the God of high life. As long as you are not Ghanaian, it's hard for Ghanaians to accept you as a high life single producer. In Jamaica, it's the same thing. Jamaicans are even more very radical about it. Hardly will Jamaicans book a reggae artist who is outside Jamaica. Even Jamaican artists who do not live in Jamaica but live outside Jamaica and are reggae acts are hardly recognized by Jamaicans. True? It's all part of the branding. I am excited about Afrobeats. I like what is coming out. I like the versatility. I like the singing style. I like what is happening with Afrobeats. But I do not like it when it is said that all the music in Africa will come under Afrobeat. No, sir, it's an insult. Afrobeat is a baby as compared to high life. Afrobeat is a little baby as compared to bongo flavor. Afrobeat is a little grand to the umpteenth time son of Zulu music. Traditional Hausa music. Today, everything is boxed under Afrobeat. No, sir. We can do better than that. How can we do that? Simple. Let us make it clear. If you are not an Afrobeats artist, make it clear. All we need right now is another genre of African music to blow it up big. Support the other genres of African music. Blow it up big time. Once we have a big hit here, another big hit there, and we brand it. Remember, branding is very important. Nigerians branded Afrobeat. Kudos. Today, whatever music we do, especially when we sing in pidgin or in our local dialect, is Afrobeat. We need hits in other genres. Two, we need to brand that. This is the Blackboard, aka Kukushunemo. And I'm glad we started on a musical note. It's going to get more serious.
Skip a charge.
Blackboard. Kukushona.